Okay, what is surface area? Surface area is the total area of the surfaces of a 3D shape. This was a topic covered in 7th grade and was actually formulas that were on your 7th and 8th grade assessment reference sheets. They are not, however, on the reference sheet for the regions, so you need to know how to find the surface area without it. So to get for the rectangular prism, surface area equals, well, I like to look at it like, okay, we have this front rectangle, which is the same as the back. And if you see, this front has the length of the prism and the height of the prism as its length and width. So I would first do the length times the height, that gets me the area of that front rectangle, times it by 2, plus, now if I take, let's say the top, it has the length as one of the dimensions and the width of the prism here, 4. So I do length times width to get the area of the top, and I times that by 2 to also include the bottom. And then plus, on the side, the dimensions are the width and the height of the prism, and I times that by 2 to be the area of both of those sides. So you don't have to memorize this formula because it's the 3 different combinations that are possible with the dimensions. Length times height, length times width, width times height, all times 2. So here I could do 2 times 10 times 6 plus 2 times 10 times 4 plus 2 times 4 times 6. And when you put that all in the calculator, you get 248. And another important concept is now that we're talking about area, it's going to be in square units, so square feet here, instead of cubic feet that we would have been discussing in terms of volume, filling the inside space. For a triangular prism, when you're getting the total surface area, you need the area of one of the triangles on top, which would be 1/2 base times height, which actually is on the formula sheet. And then there's 2 of them. So the top and bottom, you would times that by 2, which is actually just base times height. So we start by doing base times height to get the area. Let's put this separate. Area of the 2 triangles. 2 triangles is base times height. And then you get area of rectangle 1 with the length times the width of that rectangle, area of rectangle 2, length times width, and area of rectangle 3, length times width. Now they all use the height of the prism is going to be one of the dimensions of all 3 rectangles, but the 3 different sides of the triangle, 6, 8, and 10, is the other dimension. Now sometimes what they'll do to make it more interesting, I did not put one like this on your practice sheet, is like in this case, since it's a right triangle, they may only give you like the 2 legs, for instance, and not give you the hypotenuse of the right triangle. So it would add an extra step. What would you be able to do to get that third side if they didn't give you the 10? Well, here's a triple, or if it wasn't a triple, you could use the Pythagorean theorem to get the third side. But in this example and the one in the practice, I give you those 3 sides. So to get the one of the triangles, I would have to do the 6 times 8 divided by 2, but for both of them, I do 48. I don't use the 10. I use the 2 sides that make the right angle. That's always going to be your base and your height of the triangle. So find the 2 sides that make the right angle. Then to get all 3 rectangles, we'll use the height of the prism. Let's use the 12 for the length. And the 3 sides of the triangle will be the 3 different widths. So 6, 8, and 10. Get each of these 72, 96, 96, and 120. Add the 48, 72, 96, and 120, which I didn't do. But then your answer will be square meters whenever you get the sum of all four of those numbers.